Hi, my name's Sarah Donoghue and welcome to Project Fitness TV. Today we're going to be having a look at manageable diets. So that means to be manageable, it has to be sustainable. We're going to be having a look at manageable training in the next episode, but at the moment I want to concentrate on dieting. Many people think that if you train a lot at a gym, you're going to look great no matter what you eat. But that's not true, because 70% of how you look is based on what you eat, what you put in your mouth. For example, if I was to train 6 days a week at the gym, but at home or at lunchtime, all I ate was McDonald's or pizzas, milkshakes, Indians takeaways or junk food, I would look terrible and I would look progressively worse. But my health would suffer, I would suffer, my skin would be a mess, everything would be a mess. But on the flip side, if I was to eat very healthily and I didn't train at the gym, but I had a nice job where I walked around a lot, but I didn't actually train at the gym, I would look very fit and very healthy because my diet would be very clean and very perfect. I'm not saying that you can't have a takeaway every now and again or a McDonald's or a pizza once or twice a week. Of course you can, because everything is in moderation. So we need to look at all this. Now, it's very difficult trying to speak to you and doing a scenario for one person because how you are will vary so much. There'll be so many different people watching this. So let me give you the worst case scenario. So you sat at home, you have a very sedentary lifestyle, you don't really do much, you're not active during the day. On top of that, you don't really train at the gym. You're not happy with cooking, so you don't like cooking, or maybe you can't cook. Maybe you come from a family that's always had TV dinners, so you're not used to cooking. Maybe your kids don't want food from home and they want, Mummy, can I have a pizza? Can I have a takeaway? Can I have a McDonald's? So it might be a case of that, but you have to make having a good diet and some form of exercise a priority. And if it's never been a priority in your household now, or when you were a child and your parents gave you fast food, then it's very difficult to try and change how we are, but we need to start changing. Now we can do that very simply by, if you have, let's say you have 7 takeaways a week, even if you drop that down to 5 or 4 takeaways a week, then all of a sudden you've made a huge difference. It may not seem like a huge difference to you, how it sounds, but it really is, and this is the important thing. You don't want something to be so dramatic it gives you a shock to your system or your family a shock, because if it's difficult to sustain, you are never going to carry it on. So maybe just cut out a couple of takeaways a week and just start doing that and bringing it down. Keep making meals simple. A chili or a spaghetti bolognese. All you need is nice lean mincemeat, chopped tomatoes, chili beans, mushrooms if you want, a chopped onion, and of course wonderful seasonings. So get some seasonings in there, paprika and things like that. So you can make really, really good meals at home, which are very cheap, very filling, and if you use lean meat, of course that's very good for you, and it's lower on fat. Now also, you can make some great Mexican meals as well. I love Mexican food and it can be so good for you. And I think a lot of people might think, oh God, no, Mexican, it's really fattening. No, it can be incredibly healthy. Things like burritos and fajitas and things like that. And you can actually get the kits at the supermarket which set you off, and they have all the baselines like the let's say the pita breads and the little cases for the tacos. So they have all that already in them, and then they will tell you to out and get 2 chicken breasts and 2 or 3 tomatoes and an onion, and then you put all that together and you make them. So they actually have a pack ready to go, and it's really healthy. All you've got to be very careful of then is of course the portion size. So be very, very careful of what portion size that you have. And of course, don't keep filling up your plate time and time again, because that defeats the object. But things like this are all very, very beneficial. It's home cooking. It is still fast food, but it's fast food at home on the table. And also, when you have fast food at home or a TV dinner, you're watching that in front of the TV. So the conversation in the family has gone in these years gone by. It's just kind of disappeared because people have pizza in front of the TV. But if you make something at home, you're going to put it on the table. The family is going to come round to the table, sit down, and they're going to eat. And some of these things as well, like the fajitas or the burritos, you can sprinkle bits and pieces on top so the kids can get involved and put their own little toppings on. And things like that are priceless. And it's getting your kids into a good habit now, but it's benefiting the whole family. Fast foods and cakes are addictive in their own way. And then when you're trying to change the diet of not only yourself and your kids, that can be complicated. And that's why it's got to be done slowly, softly, gently. And if you do it over a period of time, even though you know what you're doing, your kids really won't know what you're doing because you're doing it gently, and they won't notice that you've taken away 1 fast food a week and then 2 fast foods and 3 fast foods. What you need to try and do is change the way that they eat food as well, but kind of without them noticing, really, if you can manage to do that. But it's always good to eat healthily. So the next time you go to the supermarket, and I've said this in another series, another episode, don't think, well, I can't be bothered to cook, so I'll get something fat-free and put it in the oven. Because when you get a fat-free meal, it has loads of hidden sugars in, so do not do that. So it's just as easy to cook something nice and simple. So go to the fresh food counter. And as well, for something to be manageable and sustainable, we all think we need a goal. And you do need a goal, but the goal should be longevity of health, and that should be it. But if you really want your goal to be, I want to be in a size 12 swimming costume, there's no reason why that can't be. But remember, all the time you're taking to get to that size 12, the most important bit is here. You're changing your lifestyle and what you eat. So it's okay having that goal, but make sure that this is the important bit, because you want to change for life. You don't want to change just to be a size 12, go on holiday and put the weight back on, which so many women are guilty of. Because if that's your only goal, that's a problem. So it needs to be everything about the whole changing the way that you look at food and your family look at food. So eating healthy isn't boring and it isn't tasteless. Eating healthily is absolutely wonderful, and you can get some incredible flavours bursting in your mouth, but you've just got to give it a try. Thanks for watching.